Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series 12th round of the season here at the 1 mile track, Dover International Speedway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. starts on the pole in the 88 Diet Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Kyle Busch is back in his original M&M's paint scheme with the brown 18 instead of the white 18, which he won a Bristol with. But can he get a win in the brown 18? And starts alongside his brother, Kurt Busch. Jeff Gordon picked up a win in the last race at Kansas. This is so far. So with Jeff Gordon's win at Kansas, this could be a huge opportunity to win the championship if he makes it to the championship 4. But if Chase Elliott wins today, he'll punch his ticket into the chase. Martin Truex Jr. is still in the fiber fuel car. Brian Scott makes his potential return to the Sprint Cup Series, but will start this race in last. That's pretty much all your pre-race news. Let's get you off with the most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome Kitty Cat Gaming and Joseph Costello for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines are fired. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Michael Waltrip in row 1. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the pole sitter. In fact, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won this race in Season 2. He won here in the exact same sponsor in Diet Mountain Dew. And Michael Waltrip, the Xfinity Series winner, starts alongside. Row 2, the Busch brothers, Kurt and Kyle Busch. Kurt Busch still needs a win for Stewart-Haas, and Kyle Busch, the Bristol winner. Row 3, Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon. Ryan Newman and Kyle Larson. Danny Kirkpatrick and Jeff Burton. Jimmy Johnson is not in the driver's seat until we reach Kentucky Speedway. That's when Jimmy Johnson and Carl Edwards will be back racing again. Tony Stewart and Chase Elliott. Jamie McMurray and Casey Kane. Joey Logano still needs a win for Penske, and Greg Biffle. He has to go into victory lanes in Season 2 in Chicagoland. Martin Truex Jr. and David Reagan. David Reagan is the replacement driver for Carl Edwards. Ryan Blaney and Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth is in the red, white, and blue paint scheme for DeWalt. Brad Keselowski in the Blue Deuce and NASCAR Fan 88. Al Almirola and Trevor Bayne. Al Almirola in the Richard Petty paint scheme. In fact, the paint scheme that Al Almirola is driving, it's something to pay tribute to the King. Which, in case you guys didn't know, Richard Petty won the first Dover race right here. He won the first Dover race. I forgot what year, but Richard Petty won the first Dover race. I forgot what year. And rounding out the field is the 44 of Brian Scott. We're underway here at Dover. Race 12 is underway. Michael Waltrip just pulls away and he'll lead the first lap. Here comes Kurt and Kyle Busch, not going that easy. Dale Jr., the Season 2 winner of this race. He's not giving up. He wants to go back to back, wants to sweep the Dover races. But Michael Waltrip wants to sweep the Xfinity and the Cup race. Busch is gaining on him. Coming to the white flag. Lawson's giving Busch a push as Busch gets bumped out of the way by Waltrip. Waltrip hangs on and wins the Monster Mile. This will be Waltrip's second win of the season. And will sweep the races. The Xfinity race and the Cup race. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. did the exact same thing in the beginning of the season Here is the top 10 race results. Michael Waltrip is first and sweeps the races, sweeps Xfinity and Cup races. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is second, the Season 2 winner here. Casey Kane is third, Martin Truex Jr. is fourth. Kyle Busch and Lawson in 5th and 6th. Greg Biffle is 7th, Al Almirola is 8th, Kevin Harvick is 9th, and Jeff Gordon, the Kansas winner, rounds up the top 10. This is your top 10 race results. Here is the top 10 point standings. Jeff Gordon moves up to first. Tony Stewart backs up to second. NASCAR Fan 88 moves up to third. Chase Elliott is fourth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. rounds up the top 5. Kevin Harvick is 6th. Danica Patrick is 7th. Kyle Busch is 8th. Denny Hamlin is 9th. And Michael Waltrip rounds up the top 10. This is your top 10 point standings. Burn it down, Waltrip. You won both Xfinity and Cup races here at the Monster Mile. You conquered both races. Congratulations. You are a serious contender for the...
I can't believe this.
You're going to have to. You better believe it, Waltrip, because you just swept the week. You just swept the races. Michael Waltrip, the winner at Martinsville in the Cup Series, now is the winner at Dover in both Xfinity and Cup races, and is a contender for the chase for the championship in both series. Congratulations, Mikey. So, your team, your very own race team, Michael Waltrip Racing, is off to, let's just say, a good start to Season 4. Well, with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Dover race in the books, we're going to head to Charlotte, Gateway, Canada, and Iowa for the All-Star races, as the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will make its debut, will make their way to Charlotte Motor Speedway for quite some ton of events. So, here is what's coming up for All-Star races with a lot of money on the line. So, first up, we've got the Pennzoil Victory Burnout Challenge. And this will only be for NASCAR Sprint Cup Series drivers at Charlotte Motor Speedway. After the Pennzoil Victory Burnout Challenge, we will have the Sprint fan vote for the ARCA, Truck, Xfinity, and Sprint Cup Series. I'll explain more at a later day and what you need to know about the fan vote. And after the fan vote, for all 4 series, we're going to have the showdown for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, which will be at Charlotte Motor Speedway, obviously. After the showdown at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the NASCAR Cameron Road Truck Series goes racing under the lights for the showdown. After the Truck Series showdown race, it will be the NASCAR Xfinity Series' turn to go at it for the showdown at Iowa Speedway. After that, the ARCA Racing Series will make their first ever ARCA race at Canada Speedway for the showdown. And like I said, here is the showdown rules. So, it's just one segment, that's it. There's going to be 10 drivers. They're going to have to make a scheduled pit stop, and it's going to be 15 laps. And whoever finishes first and second will make the All-Star race. Here is the All-Star race package. It's a total of 22 laps, 4 segments. Segment 1 is lap 1 to 10, a 10-lap dash. Segments 2 and 3 are 5-lap dashes. Segment 2 is lap 10 to 15, segment 3 is lap 15 to 20, and segment 4 is a 2-lap dash, segment 20 to 22. It's going to be only one scheduled pit stop only in segment 1. And this is quite optional. The drivers are allowed to make a pit stop under caution when each segment is complete. It's quite optional. It's optional to the drivers. Here is the fan vote package. Fans on Instagram and YouTube can vote for their driver that they want to root for in the All-Star race in all 4 series. The driver that has the most fan votes will be the driver to watch out for during All-Star night, and will be the season's All-Star driver throughout the season. And for the Pennzoil Victory Burnout Challenge, it's only, like I said earlier, it's only an event to NASCAR Sprint Cup Series drivers. And whoever has the best burnout will win the Burnout Challenge. After the showdown at Canada Speedway for the ARCA race, it's on to the big bucks, on to the road of $1 million. And the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will make their All-Star night at Charlotte, obviously. After the All-Star race for the Sprint Cup Series at Charlotte, the Camping World Truck Series will make their All-Star night at Gateway Motorsports Park. After the truck race at Gateway, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will make their All-Star night at Iowa. After the All-Star race at Iowa, the ARCA Racing Series drivers will make their All-Star night at Canada Speedway, or Canadian Motor Speedway. That's the actual name of the racetrack, Canadian Motor Speedway. After the All-Star races at Canadian Motor Speedway for the ARCA Series, it's back to the regular points season, and the first will be at Toledo Speedway for ARCA Racing Series competition. After that, the NASCAR Xfinity Series move up to Iowa to Charlotte. After the Xfinity Series race, we're going to see some sparks flying for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now, this is something that I've been thinking for quite some time, and I decided to bring this up to you guys. After the truck race at Charlotte, before we start the NASCAR race at Charlotte, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race at Charlotte, we're going to have the Indianapolis 500 for the IndyCar Series. However, I don't have IndyCar diecast. IndyCar drivers from the 2016 IndyCar season is going to take over some NASCAR stock cars. So, if you don't like it, screw you, but for some of you guys that do like the idea, I appreciate it. Sign-ups for the Indianapolis 500 will be posted out at a later day after I post out the truck race at Charlotte. Then, the Indianapolis 500 sign-up series will be opened. And if you ask me if I'm doing the full IndyCar Series season, the answer is no, I'm not. I'm only going to do the Indy 500. That's it. After the Indy 500, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series makes its way to Charlotte Motor Speedway. And the season is going to be so on. The season's going to be going on from there. Dale Jr. fans signing off at the broadcast booth. And I'll see you at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Canada Speedway, Gateway Motorsports Park, and Iowa Speedway, and Indianapolis Motor Speedway for some incredible events that's going to happening soon. See you next time for some incredible events that will happen soon.